Hi guys, this is Rusty78609 and I'm in Carlsbad, New Mexico right now. I'm just getting some gas, just finished. Released the park and brake and away we go. Let's go check out Carlsbad because I don't have much else to do today. Because I am like, I've almost become the wind. You know what I mean? Can you be any freer than the wind? I don't know, but I have to say this. I am certainly off grid. You know, it's amazing. I am totally amazed that I ever had all the stuff that I had. I mean, it's so easy, man. But anyway, this is Carlsbad. Population, I think, is around 60,000 or so. Elevation's about 3,300 feet. It's clear today, as usual, and dry, and the wind's going to blow today pretty hard. It's blowing right now about 18 to 25 miles an hour in that range out of the west southwest, and it is a dry west wind. Typically when the wind blows out of the west, it is very, very, very dry, even in Texas. But we're just going to go piddling. I may or may not post this driving video. It just gives me something to do while I'm driving. I'm also charging my laptop in my pickup, which I've learned to do on a regular, well, whenever it needs to be charged. I charge it about twice a week. And the reason is I use it for everything now. It's my television, it's everything. It's the everything entertainment thing except for streaming Pandora, which I use the Echo Dot for, because I have a USB plug in the RV that I plug it into. Actually, I've got a double outlet USB, and I plug a 6-foot long phone charger into one, and the dot into the other, and then that way I can listen to Pandora anytime I choose or ask some silly question if I want to. But this is Sunday morning. The time right now is about 9:30. It is 66 degrees. As I mentioned earlier, it's breezy. And it's going to get breezier for sure. But we're going to go right on through downtown, right out to the north side. And you can see all of Carlsbad from front to back. And we're on, I think, I'm not sure, I want to say highway, it's 62-180, I think. Gasoline I just bought was $2.25 a gallon for regular unleaded, which is in the hunt. It's not bad. I still haven't downloaded the Gas Buddy app, but it's on my agenda to do that. And as far as a timetable for being here, I don't have one. I thought about going over to Gear Springs on Tuesday, but apparently that is still spring break for somebody. And I'm in absolutely no hurry. I always have a rule when I'm out camping, or at least I have for the past 7 or 8 years, and it's this. It's very simple. If you find a campsite that you like, the weather's nice, you like the elevation, and not many, in other words, it's a good place to camp, why leave? You know, why try to win the lottery 2 times in a row? Why not just accept what you've got and stay there? How long could I stay here at this BLM? Well, they say 2 weeks, but I called and talked to one of the, quote, rangers or whatever they call them, and he said, as long as it's not busy, he said, you know, he said, you can stay there. He said, we've had people stay there much longer than 2 weeks, but will I stay there that long? I don't think so. But I was just curious because I've seen one RV there that was there when I pulled in, an old motorhome, and he looks like how do I say he? It could be a she or an it or whatever, I don't know. And well, actually, we're on the highway we're on right now is North 285. It goes right through the heart downtown area of Carlsbad. But anyway, as far as staying there and how long, I don't know. There's the Lucky Bull Grill. For those of it, it's 76 miles to Roswell and 36 miles to Artesia. I know you wanted to know that. We're at the intersection of that highway I just told you and Mermod Street, M-E-R-M-O-D, Mermod. And apparently that is the, I don't know what that is, I guess the City Hall, big building on the right. People walking their dogs. You know, I was surprised they will not let people bring pets to the city park. How about that? I was surprised. But yeah, we're doing fine. As you know, the gasoline is working out. Actually, I'm using less gasoline in the pickup driving around than I do when I'm at home, because it's half as far into town as it was when I'm at my home base. It's only 8 miles from where I'm camped to the downtown, approximately. And so I got here on Tuesday and filled up with gas. And I used 15 gallons of gas, $15 worth of gas since then, because I just filled up. That figures out to be about $2.50 a day, and that would be $75 a month, and that's less than I use at home. So that end is working okay. But boondocking, folks, I have to tell you, it's not for everybody, because, you know, one of the things you have to be is you have to be a little crusty, because you're going to get a little dusty. You like that? And that is said by Rusty. Crusty, dusty, rusty. Is that it? But it's true, and you can't be worried too much about your appearance, because it's never going to be good. Mine never is anyway, but that's what happens when you get old. I mean, when you're 72, you look in the mirror, you go, whoa, who's that? You know, knock, knock, who's there? Me? But do it. You know, if you have the desire, you know, but it's, you know, again, it's not, all that glitters is not gold. I mean, I make it look pretty nice and fun and stuff, and it is for me, and that's why I do that. But for others, it may not be that way, because, you know, you take a person or a group, say you got a man, a wife, and 2 dogs, or a dog, or whatever, you know, it could be a little tense, you know, because you're in a small space in an RV, no matter what kind you get. But for, you know, some single people, it's very doable. For young people, you know, if you can make a living out on the road, yeah, go for it. Or if you're a trust baby and you just want to get out there and live a free life, it's certainly something to think about. But there are days, you know, it's just like anything else. You know, you'll hit a bump in the road. You know, there'll be something that breaks that wasn't anticipated, like my solar extension cord. One of the little end things broke off of it, and the only problem with replacing it was one of those ends that was suggested by several viewers that you can buy at auto parts stores and wherever. It has to match up with the gauge of wire, and that is 10 gauge wire. And I went to AutoZone, and that little deal there was not 10 gauge. I don't know what it was. She didn't know either, but I could tell by the size of the wire it wasn't 10 gauge. So having said that, here we're going out. Now we're going out of town here now. It's a pretty little town. Of course, you know, out here when they started this community, the city, you know, land was cheap. So, you know, they just spread out everywhere, and, you know, they got land all around. It's wide open, so they can do that. This city has a great opportunity to expand. Another thing I have to tell you, my gasoline mileage is right now is 25.6. And on that last tank, it was 25.3. You know, so it's amazing. I always get better gas mileage out here than I do at home base. Why? I cannot explain it. It's still me driving. Even in my Prius, I got better gas mileage. Not much, but noticeable. A little bumpy there. I noticed the video shaking, but we're out of it. I went to a place yesterday. I was trying to find, they have a little park it's got something to do with desert plants and so forth, and I was going to go there and do a video, but the road didn't go there, you know, and there was no signage that indicated that there was any other route or route to take. Yeah, it's right up here. You take a left. I'm not going to do it again. Once you've burned me, you don't burn me twice. And yeah, that happens. Sometimes there's a sign to somewhere, particularly for state and national things, and then that place closes and they leave all the signage up for 5 years because nobody told them to take it down. Speed limit 40, I'm going 35, which is not unusual for me. I feel like that's the sound barrier. Got a little hospital on the right. We're on 8th. We're at 8th Street in Carlsbad, New Mexico. I don't know why I want to say Arizona, but I do. Okay, it says Living Desert State Park, 1/2 mile. Okay, and I'll try to find it again, and just let y'all get to see me get lost again. Well, no, I went to that Ocotillo thing. That's what it was. It wasn't a state park. I don't want to go to a state park anyway because they charge a fee to get in, and I'm not going to spend all day there anyway. Living Desert State Park to the left, and I've got a car right beside me. Well, maybe I can get over here. We can at least drive. Let's drive out there anyway. We don't have to go in. Living Desert says Zoo and Gardens. Well, they'll probably let me into the zoo free. Don't go there, guys. I know what you're thinking. But here we go. We get to go up a hill, nice scenic drive, and right on top of the hill up there on the left is a house. The guy's got a big old horse trailer there. I guess the video's all right. Sometimes I have it pointed too high, sometimes I have it pointed too low, and sometimes I get it okay. So sometimes we win the lottery on our videos. Pretty good hill here. I'm climbing right on up. Old Ram's doing all right. I thought I had a new neighbor this morning, but I got up, and by the time I got outside, it was a person sleeping in a car, and they had already gone. But the other couple that was in the van-looking thing, the thing they haul old people around in the cities in that they've converted into something, they're still there. They have never been outside, though, that I've seen. They pulled in, the guy checked the oil or something on the vehicle. She came out and talked on the phone for a while. He's got a girl with him. And then they both went back inside, and they might as well have gone into the fourth dimension. Of course, it's a little breezy. Well, it wasn't breezy yesterday, though. It was nice. I sat out for a while and watched the sunset. But it is interesting, guys. I mean, I feel really, I guess you'd say, chilled out. Is that a good phrase? It's nice. I mean, you get, I don't know, I guess I'd call it the rhythm of the road, maybe. Here's somebody out walking for exercise in this high wind. Good for you, dude. Keep it up. Speed limit is 25 on this road. But I'm in absolutely no hurry because I have nowhere to go and no timetable to get there. Could you get used to this? Yeah, I've been doing it for years. But sometimes I allow myself to get in a rut at my home base. I get there and then I think, well, hell, I'll just stay here another week or month or whatever. And next thing you know, but I plan to be about maybe 6 months there and then 6 months on the road. We'll see how it works. That's just in my mind. The reality will set in pretty soon. I may get burned out on this. Living Desert State Park. We're going to have 2 people running right. Is that a guy? The one on the right? No, thank God. Well, almost. I don't mean to be critical. Yo. Yeah, I'd give that that's close. That's close. Okay, it says buses and RVs, and it doesn't say anything about cars, naturally. I wonder what the fee is to get in here. I'm sure it's a nice feed. It doesn't. They don't have a sign. They never want to tell you what the price is till you get inside. Will I go inside? Probably not. I mean, I don't want to see a bunch of animals behind bars. It's not open anyway. These people are standing outside. Let's go this here way. And we'll head back out. It's a pretty drive, so I'm not betting. And how long has this been? We'll let it go another 2 or 3 minutes and let y'all see what the scenery is out here in the northern edge of Carlsbad, New Mexico, Rusty. A lot of desert plants, but of course we are in a desert. I like this, man. I do. I love the dry climate. I love the endless views. And Highway 285 is to the right, so let's go that way, because I don't know where this one. I took it, knowing me, I'd take a shortcut and go to the left, thinking this circles around back into town, and it probably circles around back into El Paso, because I have done that before. But we'll cruise on back down, and then I'll end this video at the end down here. But guys, I have to tell you, I've been on the road a week now, believe it or not. Time flies, doesn't it? And how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How do you enjoy your boondocking or dry camping? One day at a time. That's all I can tell you. Just don't think of it as a whole package. Think of it as one day at a time. And, whenever you pick a destination, you can pick a state, but that's a big target. Better to pick a city or an area, like a smaller target, and focus on that and see what you can learn about it, and then go there. There's the Pecos River winding through town there. If you can see it, that little blue stream up there. Probably can't. That old boy's got him a nice home right on top of that hill, and he's not the only one. I noticed the temperature dropped 3 degrees from the bottom of this hill to the top. In the summer, that would mean something. This old guy going down the hill, I can understand that, but I'd like to have been here when he was going up. La da 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 da. This is my life. I got groceries. Well, I got to go by Walmart and get me some more CeraVe cream, or CeraVe, C-E-R-A-V-E. The dermatologist recommended. I've been putting that stuff on by buckets, man. It's about $12 a pound for a big tub of CeraVe cream. But it works. I even put it on my hair. I mean, I checked on the internet to see if it was okay, and checked several sites because my scalp was getting dry. Yeah, and I just slammed it up there on my head, and it's fine now. So we're going to use that instead of mineral oil for a while. Probably cost me $15, $18 a month for that stuff. But I have to tell you, it seems to do a lot better than the mineral oil. Even though the mineral oil is cheaper, and you know me, you drop a penny and I'll tell you if it's heads or tails. Oh, I got to end the video. But anyway, from Carlsbad, New Mexico, this is Rusty 78609 saying thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Buy anything your little heart desires, anytime your little heart desires. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of my videos. Why? Because I'm an Amazon affiliate and I get a small commission. Cost you absolutely nothing. So, what else? Drink plenty of water. 3 or 4 quarts a day out here for sure. Dry. Take deep breaths. Breathe in deep, hold it for a few seconds, and breathe out slowly. Why? Because that relieves stress, and relieving stress does what? Lowers your blood pressure. What else? Stretch, walk, keep your health. Keep moving. And after that, stand guard at the door of your mind, because what you let in are ingredients. So don't let negative Nancy or negative Ned climb right inside your head and dump some trash, okay? You stand guard at the door of your mind. What else? That's it. Take it one day at a time, guys, and we'll talk again sometime. Anyway, adios, amigos.